Hello everyone, and welcome back to Jesse Hecht Creative. Today we're going over the Marvel Legends Mojo World 4-pack with Mojo, Chibi Wolverine, Longshot, and Dazzler. Before we begin, make sure to hit that like button and smash that subscribe button. Now let's get to it. So here's the Mojo World box set. It looks fantastic from the outside. Look at this beautiful array of characters. We have Dazzler, Longshot, Mojo himself. No sign of Wolverine though, but we have this lovely TV design with some knobs over here, dials, off volume, contrast, and bright, which is pretty neat. X-Men on the top, Marvel Legends 4+, Hasbro, and a warning for the choking hazard on the front. On both sides of the box we get a nice TV wood grain gradient right over here, and it looks really good on both sides, especially on the top. On the bottom we also have a barcode, which I'm going to zoom in, and you probably won't be able to find it in the store, but just in case you need this. On the back of this huge box, we see that Mojo World is a pocket dimension ruled by the tyrannical TV impresario Mojo, who set his sights on the X-Men as his next big stars. With Longshot and the mutant hero Dazzler now in his clutches, the television tyrant scuttles one step closer to his ultimate goal, total ratings domination. We have Longshot, Marvel's Mojo, Dazzler, and Wolverine, really tiny dude, over there. On the back we have screens depicting all of them. So, let's take a look finally and see what's inside. There's little tape pieces at the bottom you just have to cut through bit by bit, slowly and carefully. But taking that off reveals the same design, which begs the question, why have this? It looks cool, but I don't really see the importance of having that, except to actually give you a better picture of Mojo on the back. So that's pretty nice. To get this thing open, and it's all cardboard, which means we are firmly in the era of getting these figures in cardboard. And say goodbye to the box as we get into, we have a little remote control. It's got all flashback and sleep and recall and premium and fast forward, rewind, pause, on and off. This is really nice. The buttons are slightly raised too. Awesome. Dazzler looks to be inside of this. Looks like a long shot in the back. If I can just get rid of all these Mojo pieces over here that are cascading down and making crinkly noises every which way. All the cardboard over here, moving that out. A TV guide, Mojo World guide. That's clever. The potentate of programming takes over the airwaves. That's very clever. On the side, we have the return of Longshot, November 1985. That's great. And it looks like Longshot and Wolverine are in this box with Mojo World and Mojo Mayhem, 1992 and 1989. I guess these are different comic books, apparently. So, yeah, but the most important thing that I want to get to is the back of the box art. That is a great set piece for Mojo or any of these characters if you want to put them in it. That's awesome. I'm very happy with this. Opening up all of the different little cellophane packages, except for one that I'm saving for later, we can see everything that was inside the large box. So, let's build Mojo real quick and check them out. So assembling Mojo is pretty easy, just like last time. We have the main body. You port into the chair, and it's going to be a little difficult as those little ridges need to go over and not under. Once again, that piece right there, it works out pretty fine. Then you need to get the body itself on the chest, and that's pretty tough for me. So I'm going to try to get this thing on as best I can and maneuver it so it works. I'm going to use a lot of strength downward. And it's still not going on, which is a disappointment for me. I really wish this would get on and work effectively so we can get the review going for Mojo. Getting the torso on the body was a Herculean task, but I finally did it. Thus, we have to get the back of the chair on. It's easy. Just port the scorpion tail in, then press down in the back. You can also get these tubes and put them in Mojo. So, from this port here, put that in. And then this port over here, we put that in as well. It goes in nice and clean, which is good. And yeah, that's Mojo basically. I am not a fan of his stomach. It has a lot of dents in it, which doesn't really remind me of the other one. It was less dented and way more round. It also has some new warts. I'm not even sure I guess the little dappled splotches on it don't really do much for me. It looks kind of weird and very sickly. The shadowing is a little bit looking like he has 5 o'clock shadow instead of a, just shadowing for him in general. The hands and arms look okay. He's way too yellow for me. I wish he was more pale like the other one. And this might be recency bias, I guess, but yeah, that's it. He has the same exact articulation and everything, just better paint. For example, looking on the back, he has some green wires in addition to the red and the blue. On the bottom, he has some green and yellow. Right over here, looks a little bit translucent, I can't tell. On the side, he has more green wires and some more wiring. It looks better, I think. The paint is what you're paying for here with this set. It does look really good, but it's just, not what I need or really want. He has these spare hands that are all dappled and splotched. He has the extra head that looks really good, I think better than the other one. The eyes are way better on the laughing head than the other head, which has weird teeth paint. I think they could have done a better job with getting the paint applied that well. We also have some blue and red streaks in the hair, or at least whatever this is. This sort of Clockwork Orange-esque helmet-looking hair thing. But yeah, the paint's a little bit, worse on the heads, but better overall on the body. Take that as you will. I think this Mojo for me is personally a pass. I'd recommend getting the other one. There is some more paint on the scorpion tail as well, but the articulation is the same and the molds are the same. You also get nails on him, which I could live or let live or whatever with it. I don't need it. Actually, the paint's kind of like bad on some of these nails, so yeah, I'm sticking with my retail. Mojo stands at about 6.5 inches tall to the top of his head and around 9 inches tall to the top of the scorpion tail, and I find that, yeah, I can live with this one. I'm good with it. I just don't like how the new one has so much good paint that the old one could have had, and it could have been just way better, I think. Well, I'll lose the green and the red. I really wanted this. That's what all I wanted from this figure, is having this kind of, color scheme on the back of the chair, and some more good colors like the red, the yellow, and having the chair from the new one and the body of the old one is fine by me. I just could use a little bit, better paint. I don't know why they couldn't give this to us painted better instead of having this, but people want their weird blotchy Mojo. And by the way, the dents are less pronounced on this one than this one, so I don't know what's going on with that, Hasbro. Come on. I also got to say that these little claws are way messed up on this. This is like really bunched up, and this is just random. These are fine, these ones. So how could they get a retail set with really great claws, and then you get some really bad claws with this one? It doesn't make sense to me. And also here's Jesse Hecht Creative. Oh no, guys, you're not going to trick me again. Okay, let's go over this one more time. No one here is leaving until someone tells me which one of you is Mojo and which one of you is JoJo. So here's the mystery bag. Let's see what's inside. Carefully. There we go. It's a tiny Wolverine, and it's a little statue. Wow. I don't know what to say. It looks cute, I guess. It's a little bitty Wolverine. They could have bothered to put some articulation in this thing. There's a little hole for a stand or something, maybe to hold something in. The head actually, yeah, it's articulated a little bit, which is pretty cool. You can go up and down, swivel all the way around, and just go side to side here. Pivot, It comes off the ball. There's a little square in the middle. And you could put a little happy face right here, and it'll be better, I think. But yeah, it's Wolverine, a really tiny chibi Wolverine. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. He comes with a little stand, and that's basically it. Yeah, do I rank things anymore? I don't know what I'd give this guy. And the stand isn't even going on his legs. Wow. It's not even porting in right. Okay, cool. You have to kind of like maneuver the legs over a little bit. But that's Wolverine. The claws are slightly rubbery. The costume looks really accurate. It's cute. I just wouldn't get it. I wouldn't get this set for it. But yeah, 2 out of 2 for disappointment. I'm kind of sad. So yeah, I don't know what else to say for this guy. He's just kind of there, I guess. Yay. Chibi Wolverine stands at about 2.5 inches tall next to Jesse Hecht Creative. Aw, hey there, little guy, all lost and lonely? I think someone needs a hug. Do you want a hug? Let's give you a big hug. You ready? Oh, he's going for a running hug. Okay, here it goes. Ah! That was more like a kick. Hello everyone, and thank you so much for watching so far. Make sure to click like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment. You can also click the bell icon for more creativity. Now let's get back to it. So I suppose this is the box for Longshot. It looks pretty good. I've already went over it though. Going over the side, there's some reading materials. And on the back we have Lucky Star betting it on Longshot, and then Wolverine in his smallest role ever. We just went over Wolverine, so let's open this thing up and see what's what. So here's Longshot out of the box. Looks really nice. I like the minimalistic colors on him. So let's take a look at this guy who really reminds me of David Bowie from Labyrinth and see what's what. The head sculpt looks better from afar, I gotta say. It looks kind of weird. It reminds me of the recently revealed Falcon figure from G.I. Joe. It's kind of strange. The hair is really well done, and I like the concept of the face. Far away, it looks better. Up close, it looks worse. So yeah, stay away from this thing if you want to like it. It's okay. The body is filled with a lot of like pockets and pouches and bandoliers and all these different looking things. It's a leather jacket basically with this sort of star symbol that reminds me of the Guardians of the Galaxy logo. At least, that's pretty cool. Pinless joints, we got some fists, and this hand over here with all these little things on it with a little scuff. That's a shame. But yeah, it's a pretty good body. The legs have a knife holster and some boots on it. It's just pretty standard. There is a little bit of silver where the pocket is for the button, as well as over here. The boots look really fine and pretty nice. Again, pinless tech. Not much to see here other than just, yeah, their legs. He comes with one fist and one hand over here with a little silver mark on it. I'm not sure if that's intentional or not, but tell you what, 3 fingers. That's pretty weird. So we got 3 fingers per hand and then 1 thumb, so it's 4 fingers total, like a cartoon. That's really weird, but it's Mojo World, so yeah, that's what you're getting from that. He comes with an outstretched hand over here with the 3 fingers. It looks fantastic. There is a little smudging over here of something. Maybe it's just this hand. But yeah, it's kind of weird to see these 3-fingered hands. And we also have this little holding hand over here. Again, it's a nice little holding hand. The fingers are fatter than usual, which is kind of interesting to me. He comes with a little knife. Is it a Bowie knife? Haha. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And just has little serrated edges, I guess, for this side. Some little indents, and then the handle is black and probably going to rub off, and the tip is silver that he holds. So yeah, he can hold the knife pretty easily in this hand, and it works out all right. These hands can swivel and then hinge, and then swivel and then hinge. These hands can swivel and then hinge this way, and then swivel and then hinge this way. So as far as articulation goes, the head goes up and down on this hinge right over here. It works out pretty well. Get a swivel, get a pivot. The hair does not really get involved, which is great. And even the collar too, it's that 80s kind of collar. Wait, this is very 80s. Labyrinth, Bowie, moving on. He gets a crunch down here, goes back, you get a swivel right over here. Arm goes up, down, all the way around. You get a swivel at the bicep. A double joint elbow right over here, pinless tech. You also get the legs going out this far, in this far, up, back, all the way back. With that, works out pretty well. The swivel at the top, swivel at the boot, down, up, and you get a pivot with 2 peg holes at the bottom of the feet. Longshot's pretty cool, but there's a retail version coming out, so I may just go for that one. Longshot stands at about 6¼ inches tall next to Chibi Wolverine, who is very small, and Jesse Hecht Creative. So, you think that's a knife? Well, this is so, you call that a knife? Well, this is, oh, where did I put it? Where is it? Oh, it's in the meatloaf again! So here's the box for Dazzler. It looks like a TV remote. We've already been over this. X-Men's on top. There's a little, that's a little indicator on the top. That's really cool. Nothing on the bottom, on the sides, just some little indentations and stuff. And on the back is a Dazzler sticker, which is pretty cool. I don't know who put stickers on the remote, but let's check it out and see what's inside. So here's Dazzler. Let's check her out and see what's what with her. Dazzler's head is the best part about her. She looks really awesome. I love the red band I love the eyeshadow. The lipstick looks really good. The hair looks really nice. I cannot legitimately tell if there's a wash on that. That is one of the better Marvel Legends heads I've seen in a long time. The face sculpt is really nice. The chin looks really good. The profile's awesome. And it's a great head over here. Well done. The body I think we've seen before. The arms I don't think we have. They're double jointed arms, which is great. I think it might be the Shriek body, or at least the arms. But it looks really good to me. I like the lack of sleeve over here and the lack of shoulder over here as far as clothing goes. And this reminds me once again of the Guardians of the Galaxy logo. I like the paint on it, and it's pretty crisp. Good job, Hasbro. The back looks good. She also has 2 holes in the back that I forgot to mention. Why do they have a second hole? I don't know. Whatever. The legs are just legs. There's that symbol again. It's kind of iffy over there. We also have some sort of poorly painted, you could see through it, red right over there. The feet are, similar to ones we've seen before. Pinless tech once again. And it's just fine, I guess, for the legs. Dazzler has 5-fingered hands. Unlike Longshot, they look really good with the paint on them. The gloved one goes up and down and swivels, and the same with the other fingerless gloved one. They look great. Same gloves, different hands, same articulation, swivel and then hinge, and swivel and hinge. I love the paint on these, and they're wall crawling hands, so we need more of these. Taking off her hands, you can actually put these power effects on them. I would use the larger portion of it, because it doesn't seem to work, but you can also fudge it using this, I guess. I kind of like doing it within that port right there. It's sort of a secret port between the other two, even though it's meant to go through these two that are probably going to break after some time. But yeah, putting that here is fine. You can use any hand you want for these. I'm going to go with this outsplayed hand effect, and we also have this punching hand right over here, this fist, and she looks pretty good doing whatever kind of weird magic she does, I guess. There isn't that much, work around with having it not flop on you. You may have to figure it out a little bit like this, but it looks pretty cool in any way. As far as articulation goes, Dazzler has a head that can swivel around, do a pivot. The hair hinges it a little bit. She has a hinge going down this far, up this far. We also get a torso joint going back, forth, side to side, up, down. Gonna move the head a little bit all the way around. Goes up this far, swivel with the bicep. Double joint elbows, yes, on a female. We also get the legs that split out this far. In, up, back. Pretty good. Double jointed knees, works nice. We get a swivel up here, nothing down here. Down, up, and we get ankle pivot and 2 peg holes at the bottom of the feet. She looks really nice. I like the pin on her. Yeah, she's actually pretty worth it. Good figure. Good figure. Dazzler stands at about 6 inches, 6 1/4 inches tall next to the Disco Dazzler that I actually really like way more than this one. But that head is winning me over for the new one, so who knows? They look good together. And also here's Jesse Hecht Creative. Magic with Dazzler. Dazzle your friends. Dazzle your coworkers. Dazzle me. How am I doing this? Overall, this 4-pack is quite the mixed bag for me. I am not a fan of the newly released Mojo. He doesn't really come together that well. It's a nightmare taking off the pieces and putting them back. And I find that there are some dents in his stomach, as well as that mottled texture doesn't really personally appeal to me. I do love the new wire coloring, and if they put that on the retail and sold that, it'd be much better than what they gave us for this. Chibi Wolverine is garbage. I am sorry. He just doesn't really pose at all. His head is fine. He's a big hunk of plastic and a waste of time for me. The stand is pretty okay, but the figure is just lackluster, even though it has some nice coloring that adheres to the comic figure. Longshot is good, but he's getting a retail version, so I don't really care much about him. He looks great in this iteration, though, and I think he's one of the better figures out of this set. I really like the coloration on him. The head reminds me a lot of David Bowie, and I just like how he comes with these great effects, as well as those hands that are 3-fingered. It's super cool and very unique for Marvel Legends. Dazzler is a great figure as well. The head sculpt is one of the best in this set, and one of the better ones I've seen from Marvel Legends. The magic effects are super cool and very unique. I love the gloves as well as the shoulder that doesn't have the clothing on it. It just is really great. The one long glove and the one fingerless glove is a great technique that's really cool and looks good. I just find that some of the paint on the legs isn't really that great, and the body mold I think we've seen before, but it works out pretty well for the character, and makes her look really good by bringing an old sculpt anew in this case. This set is a good set if you're not going to get the retail versions of the characters, and it's cheaper that way. But if you want the special Mojo and the Chibi Wolverine along with Dazzler, I would pick this up. But the best part, I think, of this is the box art. The box art for this is phenomenal, really well done, but I don't think it does the figures justice. It's just way better than the figures within. Thank you so much for watching Jesse Hecht Creative. Feel free to click like, subscribe, share, or leave a comment. You can also visit us at jessehechtcreative.com, where you'll find more reviews like this one. Thanks again for watching and keep being creative. Stay tuned.